talk about torque. This is the brand new BMW M340D. And not only does it have the same power as a BMW M140i, it's got nearly the same amount of torque as a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. That's right, this thing is an absolute monster. And the fact that the power goes to all four wheels via BMW's xDrive system should make this a pretty spicy car. But of course, there is only one way to find out. Let's drive this thing on some proper UK roads. My name's Tom, and you are watching Paragon Cars. Let's go. Now then, engine up first. This is the B57. Yes, not B58, because this is a diesel car. However, like the B58, this is still an inline-six engine. We have 340 horsepower and 700 newton-meters of torque. And not only that, we have a 48-volt electric motor that aids us starting the engine and gives us a little boost when we put our foot down. That has 11 horsepower and a further 25 newton-meters of torque. So technically, if you combine the e-motor torque and the engine's torque together, you get 725 newton-meters. Absolutely bonkers. But anyway, how does this thing accelerate? Let's do the 30 to 70 sprint and find out. 30 to 70 sprint then, we managed a absolutely mental time of 4.25 seconds. Now remember, this is a diesel, so it's faster than a BMW 340i from 2015 and only 0.4 seconds off of the M340i xDrive. That is pretty impressive. Now then, I'm sure you've seen the interior of an LCI BMW 3 Series a million times on this channel before, so we're just going to get straight into driving. Let's start off round town and see how comfortable this thing is first. Right, so first impressions of the M340D then. Round town, it's kind of like an M340i, funnily enough. It's very softly sprung, even for a M-like car. BMW have really nailed this over the past couple of years. They've just made their cars perfect as daily drivers, as well as absolutely rapid, and we are going to see just how rapid this thing is later. But first, we're going to have a little test of this thing around town, and yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. The torque comes in nice and low, the steering's light, the seating position is like every other BMW, it is perfect. And the good thing about having all this torque is that you can get out of junctions really quickly. You never miss a gap in traffic in this thing, especially when you have the MHT or mild hybrid technology system. Then in terms of parking, this thing, it's like any other BMW. The 3 Series is kind of like the perfect size. The LCI did grow in size a little bit compared to the previous car, but we've still got everything like a reverse camera and parking sensors. And the one thing I love about this reverse camera is that it's got lines telling you where you're going to go, as well as parking sensors on the side of the car. Now, this is actually quite an interesting system because it doesn't actually have parking sensors on the side of the car. It uses the rear parking sensors to kind of assume where things are. So you can actually get pretty close to cars you're parking next to. And of course, being 3 Series in terms of size means once you're in a space, you can pretty much always get to the first notch. It's like the perfect size for London, this car. Absolutely brilliant. Right, now I'm going to demo just how good this thing is at starting the engine out of a junction. So half throttle, and you're just off immediately. Straight up to 30 miles an hour, barely above 3,000 revs, and jobs are good. Right, as usual, we're going to test the MPG of this thing today because we kind of have to compare it to the M340i. Now, the M340i will do over 40 MPG quite easily, but the owner of this car has had over 70 miles per gallon out of this thing, and they said they've done over 700 miles to a tank of fuel and still had some left in the tank to drive another 30 miles. But first, let's reset our MPG value. and we can see what it really does, see if the owner's telling the truth. Before we test the MPG though, we are going to get this thing in Sports Plus and have a little taste of the handling roundabout. Right, as usual, sports mode. We're not going to turn the traction control off today, purely because it's a little bit wet, even though we do have X drive. Got to be nice to owners' cars, but I am going to go for a manual gearbox because this ZF8 speed is properly fast. Avoiding the potholes in the UK as well. But yeah, come around a corner and you just plant your foot, and my lord, this thing picks up unbelievably fast. But of course it's a diesel, so we can go for a higher gear, 2,000 revs, plant your foot then, and I mean this thing absolutely flies. It is so fast. And actually, because we've got more torque than a BMW M340i, it does feel a little bit quicker. And it just means that even if you're in the wrong gear from like 1500 revs, you've got that electric motor helping you out, and you've just got that massive turbo spooling up straight away and just giving you all that lovely juicy torque. It is properly fast, this thing. Anyway, before we use all the diesel in this thing, let's go into Eco Pro and see if we can hit the quoted 47 mpg of this thing. Now I know the owner says he's done over 70, but we are doing a combined cycle figure today. So we're doing the usual commute of 14 miles around London, and we're just going to see if we can hit 47 mpg for now. Right, coming onto the motorway, this is where diesels are very good. Plant your foot, even in eco, this thing, I mean, it just takes off. I mean, that's 70 already. And that was in eco. So not only does the gearbox respond like an electric car, you get that electric torque fill when the car is down changing, and it just feels seamless. It feels totally seamless. Then once you're on the motorway, standard stuff really. You've got cruise control in this thing, so whack it on to 70 miles an hour if I can. Come on, cruise control, there we go, 70 miles an hour. And then in terms of comfort, in comfort mode, the dampers are nice and soft, there's no wind noise, there's very little road noise. I mean, BMW have absolutely nailed this 3 Series in that it gives you all the performance that you want. It's not too big, but it also gives you that big car luxury feel. It's just nice and quiet, comfortable, well damped, and the steering isn't hunting for little dips in the road like older BMWs would do. It's not tramlining, which is one thing that you really want. The only thing I'm not too keen on is the slightly fat steering wheel, but I mean, the pros massively outweigh the cons. Anyway, we are now going to test what kind of MPG this thing does, so let's get onto the motorway and see what we can manage. Alright, that's our little motorway commute over, and we have done 50 miles per gallon. Now remember, that includes me putting my foot down, coming off the roundabout, and we've only done about 10 miles of motorway driving, and we've already done over 50 mpg. So not only have we beaten BMW's figure, we have smashed it. So that's efficiency sorted. I mean, if you want an efficient version of a BMW M340i, you buy this. It's pretty simple. But is this as fun as a BMW M340i? You know, it's got a slightly heavier engine up front. It is a slightly heavier car. So is it still as balanced? Well, I think it's time to find out. Let's go for sports mode, get the gearbox into manual, and see how this thing handles. Alright, brakes up first, 100-yard marker. Yeah, M Sport brakes are absolutely fantastic as usual. Much better than the previous 335D, I will say that. Then the front end holds on nicely. It just feels so balanced, this thing. And even with the traction on, put your foot down and it gets a little bit sideways around a corner. And then straight up to 70 miles an hour. Right, obviously being a diesel, you don't get that much sound out of this thing. But I may as well put the windows down. It's still a 6-cylinder engine. Let's see if we get anything. For a diesel, I think it sounds pretty good. Now, you do get some fake noise pumped into the cabin as well. But you know what? I don't actually mind that much. I think because it's a diesel, you kind of have to give it a bit of a helping hand at the end of the day. And yeah, I think it adds a bit of theatre. Now then, where this thing is really good is just around the corners. These adaptive dampers stiffen up nicely. The steering weightens up, and the throttle response is just, I mean, it's absolutely insane in this thing. You put your foot down in this and you are just immediately off. There is zero turbo lag, just zero lag of any kind. And even again, in the wrong gear, like, okay, let me demo it now. So 1500 RPM, you're off immediately. Absolutely immediately. So handling on a big road is pretty good. I don't notice any shortcomings compared to the M340i. But what about on a small road? Will its weight show then? Let's find out. Alright, final test. Let's see if the extra weight ruins the ride of this thing. I mean, immediately, you don't need more than one gear down here. You can just sit in third. It is so unbelievably fast. And you know what? I actually prefer the way this drives compared to the M340i, because the power is just delivered even quicker than the B58. 2,000 revs, plant your foot. That is unreal speed. And yeah, it's just more responsive than the petrol version of this car is. Which means for me, I mean, I actually kind of prefer it. The steering's nice. I mean, it's typical BMW steering. It weights up a bit. It doesn't have a huge amount of feel, especially compared to older BMWs, but I think it's good for a modern car. Okay, can we hit 60 before the corner? Let's go. Oh, that torque is just crazy. And yeah, obviously we hit 60 before the corner because this thing is rapid. Coming over here, yeah. Oh my lord. Do you know what? I don't think any other car in this class is going to keep up with you down this road. On a B road, the 3 Series is the right size. I can get on the power sooner because I've got the X-Drive system. And the power just comes in quicker than a petrol car. It's so strange to me having a diesel respond faster than a petrol. That is just odd. But it does. It responds faster than an M340i does. One last time then for good measure. My lord. Do you know what? If anything, this could have less power and it would still be just as good. Whew. It's got that kind of torque that makes you feel like you're losing breath. Oh, you feel it in your guts. I do quite like the shift lights in the dash as well, actually. Gives you a good cue when to change gear. But I mean, the amount of speed you can carry around corners is absolutely bonkers. So, I mean, technically, I enjoy this more than an M340i to drive quickly. Like, if I was to go to a track, I would enjoy this just as much. However, having said that, it's just missing the noise element, and that's where petrol power is still king for me. So, would I choose this or the M340i? Unfortunately, I'm still going to go with the B58, I think. As good as this car is, yeah, it's just missing the noise, and the noise for me is the main thing. Having said that though, if you need a commuter car that you can have fun in and still save money, I mean, we're doing 32 miles per gallon. If this was an M340i, we'd be doing about 18 after driving it like we have just done. I mean, it's absolutely mental. So yeah, if you do a lot of miles, this is absolutely the perfect car to do it in. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed content like this. My name has been Tom, and you have been watching Paragon Cars. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.